What's up? Panzer here. This is a little quick audio before the actual audio in the video. I screw up. I say that the Red Baron's name is Edward Richtofen. That's wrong. His name is actually Manfred von Richthofen. I'm gonna kill the pronunciation anyway. So that's it for this little quick tidbit. Just to let you know, his name is Manfred, not Edward. That's it. Enjoy the video, guys. What is up? It's Panzer here, and I have a revolutionary new video for you, random people of the internet who may or may not be pedophiles. So I have this really great video and a really great theory I can't wait to show you guys. I want to jump right in on here. So I think we all know who Edward Richtofen is, in case you live under a rock and do not pay a single clue to the actual Nazi zombies storyline. Dr. Richtofen was Dr. Maxis's assistant that was trying to make all those cool wonder weapons, and he's like insane, and here's the voices, yada yada. If you really want to know more about him, then you can go look him up. There's probably some other better videos about here. What I'm talking about here is the striking resemblance, actually, of the Red Baron and Edward Richtofen. Like, I'll have a picture of them both in my video. I've got some random zombies gameplay, so I'll be sure to put a picture in there. And the Red Baron, it looks exactly like Edward Richtofen. Now, something really cool I would want to share with you is that the Red Baron, in case you live under a rock and don't pay attention to history, was a German fighter pilot during World War One that had over 80 confirmed kills, the most of any pilot ever in history for any war on any side. This guy was a beast. No one could shoot him out of the sky until he died. Now, he didn't. There's a ton of controversy over whether who killed him, because what happened was, and it's funny because I actually just watched a short documentary about this in history class today, so it's kind of cool that I'm actually doing the video about this now. Anyway, what happened was the Red Baron was chasing a guy named Lieutenant May in a dogfight with Australians during World War One. A dogfight, by the way, is where two planes go at it and one of them dies. So Lieutenant May sees that this is the Red Baron's plane, and he craps his pants as any decent human being would do, because the Red Baron has chopped down 80 Allied people during this war, and he doesn't want to be number 81. So what he does is he breaks off from the, if you ever watch old war films, how it looks like a whole bunch of flies swarming around in little circles. That's what a dogfight will look like, but with 10 planes. So he breaks off from that little square off and flies home over the Australian forces. So the Red Baron says, hey, this is a new pilot. He broke away instead of just trying to fight and letting his buddies help him out. So he actually goes after May. Now this is where the Red Baron really screws up, because even though this guy is a master pilot, he's about to fly over the Australian forces. So the Australians, noticing that this is the Red Baron's plane, because the Red Baron is so confident he'll never lose a dogfight, he paints his plane a very bright, vibrant color red. So that way when anybody sees him in the skies, they're thinking, oh my gosh, that's the Red Baron, we're all going to die. So they see that this is in fact the Red Baron's plane. So there are a ton of Australians, like 6, with these big machine guns that they normally have for fixed positions for shooting down enemy soldiers. They're pointing them at the sky and having a go at him. So the flight captain, Roy Brown, for this group of Australian fighters, sees that Lieutenant May is in trouble, so he swoops out of his fight to go and help him. Now, this is where the controversy starts, because he swoops down and shoots only like 15 rounds off at the Red Baron and then flies away, just enough to get the Red Baron's attention. Now, they have these things called tracer rounds, and what happens with these tracer rounds is that every 7th bullet or something, whatever the ratio is, it shoots this one covered in like paint, and it makes it so that way they can see where he's aiming. So the Red Baron looks up and he sees these tracer rounds whizzing by, so he banks to the right. So the controversy here is that did the Captain Brown actually score a hit? Now there's a whole bunch of Australians hitting him, shooting at him too, so nobody knows. But here's the crazy part. He could not be dead. Now he did take a bullet in the right and was pronounced dead at the scene in actual history. But remember, this is Nazi zombies. So what I'm thinking is that he could have actually lived through this. So he could have lived through it. I mean, they were shooting very small rounds for planes. He could have survived that, and then what a lot of people will do is dedicate their life to something after like a life-threatening experience. I know some of them dedicate it to religion. Well, he could have dedicated it to science. Because Edward Richtofen, if you look at a picture of him, and through my ninja powers, I'll have a picture of him right there. Anyway, Edward Richtofen is definitely old enough to have fought in both world wars, and it's my guess that he was born in the late 1800s. So he could have dedicated his life to avenging himself after almost meeting his death out in that field he got shot down in, and wanted to get back at either the Australians or the Allied powers, and that would also key into why he hates Dempsey so much, because he was on the same side as the Australians that ruined the Red Baron. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about World War One, but Germany needed a hero because it was getting thrashed up and down the Western Front. It needed a celebrity, and the Red Baron was him. No one wanted to deal with him. The Red Baron was our equivalent of like Martin Luther King or I don't know, Douglas MacArthur, someone that everybody likes. He did great things for Germany. So to have that stripped away from him would have probably induced schizophrenia, and that schizophrenia is pretty much where you hear voices in your head. But anyway, that could have induced schizophrenia. That could have screwed with his mind because I know if I went from a top super cool celebrity that was just a stud that everybody loved to this random old hatchy Nazi noob, I would be pretty pissed over it too. So what I'm guessing is that he found Dr. Maxis. This is where Dr. Maxis comes in because Dr. Maxis also fought in World War One. According to me, this is just a theory, guys, but I think Dr. Maxis fought in World War One. Now, you know how two rival sides, even after the war is over, they still kind of hate each other because they witnessed a lot of their friends get blown to pieces by them. So I'm thinking Dr. Maxis is just waiting to get another crack at these guys, right? So when World War II rolls around, Edward Richtofen. Oh, and by the way, the actual Red Baron, I forgot, I don't think I said this, and this is a key fact. The actual Red Baron's name is Edward von Richtofen. Now, I'm not mispronouncing Richtofen. It's actually Richtofen. I don't even want to pronounce it. It's different. Richtofen. It's definitely similar and too similar to be Edward Richtofen for it just to be a coincidence. They obviously wanted that us to make the connection that the Red Baron is Edward Richtofen. So back to my plot line. Edward Richtofen teams up with Dr. Maxis, who was another Nazi, or not a Nazi, that was World War II. He teams up with Dr. Maxis, another World War One veteran, to try and take another crack at not only the Australians who took the Red Baron out, but also the Americans and everybody else who fought with the Aussies during World War One. Whoa, this storyline just got a lot juicier. I think there's going to be some controversy over this if people actually watch this video, and I really think that we might have a major lead. I'll have a link in the description to a Red Baron site. I'll probably find a couple minutes after recording this and just put it up so you guys can see what it is. Check them out for yourself. I would definitely want to get some replies to this video. I know the research on this didn't actually take me that long, but I put a lot of work into the actual gameplay because people, I don't use a cap card, I use a really steady camera. So people would not shut up at my house, and it was just really difficult to try to record. So I put a lot of work into this, and I honestly think that I have a major lead right here. So what do you guys think? I would really appreciate a comment below, maybe a sub, I don't know, a $50 donation, whatever your heart calls for you to do. But I definitely think that the Black Ops 2 Call of Duty community needs to look over this and maybe give me an award or trophy. I don't know. I'm pretty much open to any kind of rewarding. But if you take a look back to a more serious note with the video, if you take a look at their names and you take a look at their faces, it is way too much of a coincidence just for the people who made the storyline to say, yeah, I kind of like that name, Edward Richtofen. No, they were definitely mentioning the Red Baron, and the fact that nobody has looked up popular German superheroes, I guess you could say, because the Red Baron was considered like a superhero. The fact that nobody's even looked into this is pretty startling. So that's about it, guys. I haven't made a video in a while, but I'm back, and I think I brought something good to the table to quench all you maybe pedophiles over the internet's thirst for Nazi zombies. So that'll do me in, guys. That'll do, Pig. So just leave a comment below what you guys think, and I'll see you later. Bye.